Okay, here we are, back on the Resonant Rise server. I'm very eager to get some things going. I've got a lot to show you guys. First things of all, you'll notice I've spiffed up the entrance a little bit. But one thing I wanted to show you is my crops coming along really well. I'm just going to hop up here. I've actually boosted power. I've got 3 wind turbines now instead of 1 for mechanism. They're doing really good on keeping us topped off, but I know very, very soon I'm going to have to actually change over to something a little more beefy. Now the area, I've got these Bane torches. These are actually Dartcraft force torches that you can put a spider eye on and it will randomly disintegrate a hostile creature. They're very, very cool. I've just got them dotted about the landscape up here. Nether portal, haven't moved it, haven't reconnected it to a proper place in the nether yet. It's still joined to somebody else's. Oh. Sploosh. Okay. I've moved, as you can see, my nether wart was up here. I've moved it downstairs inside. I thought it was a little unsightly outside. I've slowly been replanting silverwood trees over there to try and get this changed over to a magic forest biome because I want to get some peck over there. I'm going to have to start trading with them from Dartcraft. Let's see. Busy, busy, busy. Wood. I love this new interior now. I think it looks real nice. I've redone the stairs. I've redone the decor. Nice glass flooring. I think it looks really cool. I've got these chests I put here mostly for, I don't know, if guests want to leave things in there when they're coming by. There's one on the other side as well. I've got some armor. This is, whoops. Yeah, this is Ignatius. That's the armor that it's part of the metal that you get from the nether. This is actually not lava anymore. It's open blocks tanks with lava in them. It looks just as cool, lights up the area, but it isn't a fire hazard. That's always a perk. Bedroom is still down here. I've redone this, as you can see. Wood. Really, really nice. I like it. Instead of a chest sitting here with our little XP berry farm, I have a barrel. Bed. The actual layout hasn't actually changed much here. I really like the stairs. I got this. I think I'm going to put either a potted cactus or a potted plant here. I'm not sure what yet. Same thing on this side. And of course, we still have our hidden panel or a maintenance room. We still have a battery, and as you can see, it's staying topped off pretty well. It's just a leadstone energy cell. I think I need to upgrade that soon, but still, that goes straight up to the windmills. You can actually kind of see them from up there. So not much has actually changed layout-wise up here. It's mostly just decor. I do think it looks a lot better. It does not feel like a cave anymore. It actually feels like a base. There's our essence berry bushes. And this is where it starts getting back into the old area. KirinDave came by, and I think I'm butchering that name, but I've got people in comments on my other videos that are helping me learn Dutch. KirinDave came by and basically helped swap out all the brick on the floors. We've still got cows. Over here we have sheep. I had a problem with teleporting sheep. They were warping into the walls. You guys know about it from my other series. We were getting a problem where sheep were warping into the glass in one of our enclosures. Well, this is where I learned this trick. He surrounded it with paving stone and warding. So that's not a problem anymore. I haven't done anything with this panel right here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. This one has turned into a tote board of members on the actual server itself. Lookalike was on earlier. We briefly just talked. We exchanged hellos, then they had to go. Hi Yorkie. It's not Hi Yorkie. It's Hey Yorkie. Had to hear him pronounce it. So I got that one wrong too. KirinDave. Velodican was on earlier this morning. Let's see. These two aren't on, but I know they do have access to the server. At least I think they do. Calclavia's grave is still at spawn. Pokeypen, Poppycock, Echo and Bevo, Sice, not Sace, it's Sice, and KirinDave, I think, from what my commenters are saying on some of my other videos. So I think that's really cool. I've got plans for what's going in here, but mostly You guys remember, I had little workspaces indented in the wall here and over here. I've moved them into the side rooms. Now I've got all of my magic and experience related stuff here. Now, I want to go over this setup right here. There's a Bibliocraft machine. If any of you watch Akko the Builder, you'll see this on some of his live streams here in the next week. But this is very, very important because we don't have the luxury of Enchanting Plus like we do in the Vaygrim's Chance mod pack. That Enchanting Plus setup makes it very easy to get what books you want. With this, you have to take Chance, and then you use that setup right over there to duplicate the books. And as you can see right now, I've got a whole bunch of Never Hungry, Restoration, Silk Touch, need to copy that some. Unbreaking, made some copies of that. Poison Ivy, Power, whoops. I've got Fire Aspect, a whole lot of Efficiency. Whoop. Inferno, I don't use that one much. So yeah, this is basically the Magic and Experience room. This is an auto enchanting table from Open Blocks. I've got over here their auto anvil, and right here the XP bottler. So I'm bottling XP. As I stand on this, there's a big tank underneath that pumps into these right here. So yeah, it's very, very nice. Now everything that was over here, most of the tech has been moved into this room right here. It works pretty well. It's a little cramped. I'm going to hollow out the floor below here and probably put in a glass floor. That'll make it feel a little taller, a little bigger. This is where all my chests were. They were in the main room. They've now been moved in here, but even this is temporary because I have bigger designs. These are Dartcraft furnaces. You know, in my single player, I told you guys I was going to steer clear of Dartcraft to try some other things, and I did, for the most part. I use a clipboard a lot for crafting, but I mean, beyond that, I don't really use a lot of Dartcraft tricks. Well, I'm kind of going full bore with Dartcraft right now. I'm up to tier 5 and need to advance to tier 6 on my infuser. I've got the furnaces. The white ones are set up to grind, and the black ones are set up with an experience upgrade. What does that do, you'll ask? Well, Dartcraft furnaces will automatically export to an adjacent chest. Now, I'm using a Dartcraft chest here because it opens even if there's something obstructing the top. That's the perk of chests from Dartcraft. These things will open in a 1x1 space. I think the lockboxes from Thermal Expansion are the same way. But this thing has in it a tome of experience, and I'll go over in a little bit how to get all this set up. But basically what this book does is it catches experience from processing ores and grinding and cooking. It catches it all in that book, and I get a bonus from both of the black ones, both of the furnaces. I get a bonus from that experience because of this core upgrade. So I'm actually getting tons of experience on this. This is a lot of levels. I'm not even sure what. I could probably drain that completely and end up at level 32. From 0, I'm at 14 right now. I don't know what it would be from here. But it's a very nice system, and it nets me a lot of extra experience that I can then take over there. Now this is the mob essence. The farm that was outside has now been moved downstairs, and it's been improved upon. Here it is. This is now the witch farm, but it's also got, I don't know if you can see, this is dark glass. I don't know if you can see, there's 2 over here and 2 over here. Those are witch spawners. The one in the middle is spiders, so I can get more string and more spider eyes for potions. I've got everything pulled out. There's a grinder down there from My Factory Reloaded. And I have spikes just along the ceiling. I think you can see them. There's one there. There's one there. Those spikes are actually from extra utilities. And spiders will hit this front glass, and sometimes they'll sink. Sometimes they go up. I'll show you, actually. Lights go off. The spawning starts. See? They hit those spikes. Whoa. I need to turn that off. They hit those spikes and die, and then basically I have that little vacuum right there, the vacuum hopper that still pulls in. So I leave this running quite a lot when I'm running around the base. And I've been, you know, amassing free glowstone, free redstone, free sugar, glass bottles for the experience system upstairs. String is always useful. Gunpowder, always useful. Sticks. I can use sticks for fuel if I want to. Yeah, hopeless. And then anything extra and weird that shows up every once in a while, like strangely enough, I get arrows at random intervals. That shows up right in here. So now here's the cool thing. If you'll watch, I don't know if it's working today or there you go. You see the light down here on the left-hand side. It's kind of an indicator of how many mobs are in the trench at once. I think I need to move it. It's right here, and I think I need to move it closer this way. Maybe reposition it under this front wall, but basically it gives a basic indication of exactly how much stuff is in there. You see? It goes up, it goes up. So I know if I've got a problem with the machine and stuff isn't dying and it's getting jammed down there. That lets me know. Very cool. Oh, this goes under the magic room. That is my big tank of XP juice. Yeah, it's very cool. I need to put more in here. I need to fill up the gap because I need more storage. I'm generating so much extra experience right now. Let's see. On our agenda for today, I want to tackle blood magic. I think that's going to be really cool to get into. Blood magic is very popular here on the server, and I've been watching videos from Akko the Builder, and it looks very cool and very, very interesting. I'm also going to start planning out how I'm going to expand the base. We are going to expand straight down, all the way to bedrock, and we're going to make use of every inch of space. I'm not building vertical, and I am limiting myself on the server. This is a challenge I'm setting myself to a 3x3 grid chunk grid. Got that backwards. A 3x3 chunk grid. So 9 chunks total, a square. I can't build outside of that. I cannot extend. All I can do is go up or go down. That's it. So that's the limitation I've set myself on the server this season. That's a challenge I'm setting myself to. We're going to squeeze everything inside of that space and make as much use of it as possible. We'll see how it goes. I still have my tree farm over here, but it needs to get moved because I need to automate it. Right now, I'm having to do it manually, and I don't like that. I'm thinking about moving it up to the roof where the windmills are and piping everything down. We'll see how that goes. Okay. Let's see, what other upgrades do I have? I've added a sawmill because I'm having to make my wood go a lot farther. That's working real good. Here's another force furnace from Dartcraft that's got a frozen upgrade on it. I have still figuring out exactly what you can do with that. I know one weird thing that you can do. My mouse is still going a little crazy. If I put stone in there, it turns one stone into stone bricks. That's a 1-to-1 anyway when you do it with normal crafting. So I'm a little lost as to what the benefit of that is. But I do know that you can stick some ore in there and process it just like you were running it through an enrichment chamber from Mechanism. So, I need to... that's funny. I need to turn that on. So... that's what we got on our agenda for today, I think. That's what I want to do. I think that's going to be a real good plan for us. And, yeah. Oh, I saved. So I'm going to get some materials together so we can start going on blood magic, and we'll tackle it one step at a time, see what we can do. You and me are going to figure this all out together. Be right back. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I've got some parts together. We had a little bit of a brief server outage, so this is a few hours later, but I've got some parts together, and I'd like to get started on blood magic. Now, I might know a little bit more than you about blood magic, but probably not much. There is a great series of videos by a gentleman that actually records here on the server by the name of Akko the Builder, and Akko has a great series. I believe it's 4 parts on blood magic. Blood magic's actually very deep. Doesn't look very deep, but it's very deep, and you can do a lot of cool stuff with it. It's very heavily used on the server. It adds a lot of basic just things you can do. Like it has a lot of mobility, magical mobility powers, like limited flight and levitation. It's got ways to create water and lava and grow plants. It's got defensive capabilities, has its own sets of armor, etc., etc. Now, we're not going to go real deep today into it, but I'd at least like to get started. And I think I have the music on still. You know what? I'm going to drop sound a little bit, but I'm going to leave music on. Now, this looks like as good a place as any to temporarily put our altar, but altars get pretty big, and I'm going to have to devote some space to them in the future. We'll see how I'm going to do that, but right now, I'm just going to plop one down right here. I'm going to open up my handy-dandy clipboard from Dartcraft. You guys know I love this thing. It's portable, super easy. It's got a lot of great functionality. So what I'm going to do 2 stone here and here. I put that there, and I think... Ah, there we go. Blood altar. There we go. So I'm going to need that. And then we are going to need a little sacrificial knife. Those of you that are faint of heart may want to look away. So basically, what you do is you put this thing down. Now I have a second diamond here. I'm going to put that diamond in there, and it's going to do nothing. Well, if you'll watch, I'm going to right-click and actually hurt myself. What I'm actually doing is putting blood into the altar, and you can see it fill up. Now, you also notice that I have a regeneration effect on, Regen 1. That is coming from my sword, of all things. This is calendrite. Calendrite is actually made out of metallurgy metal that you have to find in the nether, and it's not very common. I found some good veins of it, but otherwise, it's kind of hard stuff to get. Now, I'm not sure how long this is going to take, and it starts doing its thing. We're just going to have to give it a moment here and see what happens. Excuse me, I'm still a little bit of a dry throat. I still, after weeks, have a winter cold, so you'll have to bear with me if there's some coughing. Delicious, refreshing drink. It's just sitting there, so I'm going to give it some more blood. I'm not sure how much it needs, but I'm regenerating thanks to my handy-dandy sword. The nether metals, actually, from metallurgy, a lot of the metals from metallurgy have really weird side effects. There's one kind of metal that specifically, actually this stuff, Varoxeris. If you forge it into a sword, it poisons your opponent. There's other ones that slows and poisons your opponent. There's some that set your opponents on fire, or it gives your weapon looting. All sorts of interesting stuff. They're really cool weapons. So I'm going to sit here and do this for a little while. Aha! There we go. So we have our first weak blood orb right there. Stores raw essence. Now when you first get this, you have to right-click on it. Now you'll notice it says current owner Vaygrim. What I can do is put it right there, and it is going to absorb the blood that's in the altar. Now, we have to make some things that are, I believe, called slates. You know what? While that's stirring, and I'm going to cheat real quick. I think I have... Yep, one of those. And my last one of those. A healing torch. Let's see what gets it, what this gets me. These things don't run constantly. They only run every couple of seconds, but there we go. So that'll speed things up a little bit. I might want to make another one. But I'm out of gas tiers for now. I'm going to have to go hunt for more. So what we have to do now, I'm going to take this out, and we're going to have to put a piece of stone in there. And keep filling it up with blood. Wow, that thing's loud. There we go. And basically what we've done now... You know what? I don't need that. I'm going to put that there, put that there. I'll put that there, which means I have a blank slate. So now what we can actually do is a divination sigil. So I need to go get some glass real quick. And you'll notice that... I think that's too much. But whatever, you'll notice that the crafting recipe has our blood orb in it. We put one of these blank slates, and you're going to be going through a lot of these. So we have our divination sigil, and our blood orb has not been used. Now here's the thing that's very useful about our divination sigil. We right click and we'll see that there's 400 LP or life points. This altar is only a tier 1, which means it has a maximum capacity of 10,000. Now if I poke myself real quick, just one poke, you'll notice it's gone up by 200 points. So this shows how much total we have stored somewhere in our network, basically. I put this in. You'll see that that is absorbing the 600 points that was actually in the altar. This should settle out just above 2,000. Yeah, there we go. 2187. So that absorbed the 600 from the altar and pulled it into this. Now, this weak essence orb only holds about, I can't remember, it's 5,000 or 10,000. The altar only holds 10,000 itself. But as your altar goes up, you make more powerful blood orbs. And those higher ranking blood orbs take more and more and hold more and more life points. And life points are basically what you spend on your abilities in blood magic. That's why it's called blood magic. Here I am poking myself with a dagger, trying to give myself magical powers. It sounds kind of absurd, but it really is a very, very cool mod. So we can check and see the altar is dumping its points, and it does it very slowly. We'll wait for that to settle out for just a second while our magic heals us. That thing's kind of loud. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get you, and I'm just going to put you back a couple. There we go. That's not as obnoxious, is it? Those things only have a range of 4 blocks, so. Rendering errors. I'll have to have way of time know that. So there are actually, you can see right now there's no more blood, there's no more pool in the bottom of this bowl on top of the actual altar. So now everything is in the orb itself, almost 4,000 life points. Now what I'm going to do is pull this thing back out. We're going to need to get another couple of slates here. Oh, I almost forgot. Got to give it blood. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to have another one of those. Whoa. Don't want to kill myself. That was almost bad. You know what I'm going to do? I'm pushing my luck here real quick. Whoop. Come back here, you. Don't need that right now. So now what I can do is make some more of these. And now we have 2 more that we can actually make, and I gotta find them real quick. Lava sigil. So I need a couple of pieces of obsidian, a diamond, and now I actually have a stock of lava buckets up here. Oh, no, I moved them. That's right, I forgot. These are from mining. 1, 2, 3. Before I got the big tank, I was keeping lava buckets on hand in a chest, basically. I need more glass, and I think I'm almost already out of glass. I can see that I'm going to need more, though. Now, we are making a lava crystal, and I need 2. Let's see. Let's put that there. We're going to do this. Oh, right. I actually need you. There's the lava crystal. Take this back. Now, the lava crystal, you can actually store life essence in it. And you can use this as fuel. You can put it in a furnace and burn things with it. And it will actually act as a fuel source and drain from your life essence points that are actually stored within your network, so to speak. Your whole system of blood magic. It'll beat off that, which means you can actually get enough of these things, and you get a big enough network when you're higher levels. You can just stick these things in furnaces and have your furnaces powered off that. You don't have to use coal anymore. I know that Akka the Builder runs our enhanced portal system from it. So it's pretty impressive, I think. Now, we are actually going to use this one. I just lost it. Where is it? Right there. I need magma cream and, oh gosh, more buckets of lava. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm not sure. I know I have slime balls. Nope, wrong kind. Slime ball. Yes, blaze powder. We get these two. We make a magma cream. And we do this. Now you'll notice my lava crystal was not expended, just like my weak blood orb isn't, which is very cool. So I'm going to put that right in there. We've got another thing called a lava sigil, which is very neat. And what I'm going to show you guys is some of the cool stuff you can do. Let's go over here. I don't think there's anything. Actually, I'll do it right here. There's nothing burnable directly above this. Just right click. Lava source right there. Boom. Takes 1,000 LP, basically, from somewhere out of my network. The fire will go out. I will be fine. So, we do 3387. Oh, and 2387. 1,000 points even. You can go away. So, that's one of the cool things you can do with blood magic. There is a water sigil also. That's what this is right here. That lets you create a water source block. Now, when you get higher up in level, you can actually get these sigils and turn them into what's called a ritual and automate the creation of lava source blocks straight from life points. And you can even automate the gathering of life points, which means that you can use this as a fuel source to power magmatic dynamos, magmatic engines, whatever. It's very cool. So the only other thing we can do right now at tier 1 is the water sigil. And I'm actually not going to worry about, despite the fact that I have a buku of buckets, I'm not going to worry about that right now. But I've got a lot more tricks up my sleeve now, which I think is very, very cool. Ender pearl. Why did I grab 2 ender pearls? So that is at least a starting introduction to blood magic. Now, what I'm going to have to do is automate something that will have a chest here and a chest here, and basically export stone, smooth stone, into the blood altar, and then pull that, let it create some slate, and then pull the slate out. And then I'm going to have to find a way to automate that and find a way to put some blood into this automatically. That's what a lot of guys do, is they automate making these slates as quick as possible, because you need a lot of them long term. Because if you look, all of these sigils require different levels of slates. Now, this is a tier 2 slate, and it needs tier 1 slates put into an altar. So you kind of have to stock up on these things when you first get going. You have to stock up on slates quite a bit, because you end up using them after a while. Now, what I'm actually going to do is just put a little bit more blood into this. I'm cheating using my Dartcraft magic. And a lot of guys actually have a beacon set up in their base with regen specifically for this purpose because it offsets a lot of the damage you do. It makes it a little easier and you can do it quicker. So I'm just going to fill this thing up a little bit more. And then I will be right back with you guys. And we can see what other projects we can get started on today. Okay? Be right back. Okay, before I forget, I actually wanted to go over this whole Dartcraft system real quick because I think it's worth noting. I went over it in brief originally, but I wanted to explain it a little further. Basically, these are normal Dartcraft furnaces. If you actually look at Dartcraft, whoa, that's the wrong spelling, Dartcraft. Ordinary furnace is just basically a vanilla furnace with 5 force ingots around it. You can recolor them. That's the only difference. You just put it in a crafting grid with either black dye, like an ink sac, or bone meal, or whatever, and you can recolor it black, white, red, etc., etc. These things, when they're on open, they will automatically export to the nearest inventory that they can find. Whether that's a different machine, or whether that is, whatever it may be. So right now they prioritize the chest in the middle, and these chests can open up with even if it's got no coverage above. They're really nice storage chests. They're just made out of stone and cobblestone, and you can upgrade them. So anyway, these things require, or they don't require, but they can use cores. Okay, and these cores, what you have to do is you get a book and you put it in your force infuser with a bottle o enchanting. Now, one of the best ways I know to get a bottle o enchanting, let's zip over here real quick, is with an XP drain and open blocks. You can pipe it into an XP tank and then use your bottler to turn that experience into bottles o enchanting. You get a couple of those, and you just do one bottle on a book, and it'll give you an experience tome, which looks something like that. And these things basically hold experience. And I'll show you. I've got this one right here. It's only got 6 points. If I hold right click, it caches in the experience. If I shift right click, I'm storing experience in this thing for later use. And basically, for every 200 points of experience you put in here, you can then stick it in a crafting grid with a force rod, and it'll turn it into a whole bunch of these little things that are called, let me see if I can find them. I think they're just called empty cores. Oh, why can I not see them? They're right in front of my face. There it is, upgrade core. Oh, silly. There we go. See, experience tome. And for every 100 experience points, you get 1 core. So 400 experience will get you 4 cores, and that's what I did here. Is I put 400 experience into my tome and basically cashed it in for 4 upgrade cores. And it's real simple. What you do is you get a core and put it in here with a piece of flint, and that turns it into a grinding core. If you put a core in here with a bottle of enchanting, it turns it into an experience core. And experience cores basically magnify the experience you get from processing stuff in the furnace, whether it be cooking food or whatever. And I can show you. I think I have some. Yep, raw lamb chop. I will put that in there. And see, it goes up. And or gives you even more experience. With a normal mining trip, I can get 30 or 40 levels of experience this way, whereas I normally would not. And it's really worth it. All you have to do is keep 1 experience tome. When you make one, don't cash it in, just keep it. Stick it in this chest in between a setup like this. It's real simple. And basically the white ones grind and the black ones smelt. And you have ore doubling, and it's real effective. It's really, really good. Dartcraft furnaces with a grinding core will even give you the extra stuff. Like if you do iron powder, they give you, iron ore, it gives you iron and 10. If you do, where's gold? Here, gold, okay? You do gold ore, it gives you, of course, gold. Copper ore gives you copper with a chance of gold. So you're still getting all the extras, just like a pulverizer from thermal expansion, or even just like the alloy smelter from Ender.io. So you've got a lot of options there. It works pretty well. I really like it. The only downside, of course, is that it uses coal, but you can actually make this stuff called golden power source. And all this is wood, forest logs, not just normal wood, but forest logs that have been smelted and turned into the Dartcraft equivalent of charcoal. And they basically have a better energy yield. I think they do. Let's compare real quick. Where'd the coal go? So this stuff has 5K over 10E and that's slightly better than both of these. So it's actually a little bit better. Burns a little bit more efficiently. You can stick that in your furnaces like I've got over here. So technically you don't even have to use normal coal. You could set up a tree farm and use Dartcraft logs. So it's a real good setup, and I think you guys should really consider, Dartcraft does have its, kind of overpoweredness at certain points. Armor with cheap flight, but when it comes to this is a real solid ore processing setup with the slight perk of getting extra experience. Now, right now, I'm at level 20, almost 21. I'm just right-clicking. And basically, from cooking some lamb chops, I went from level 21 to level 32, 11 levels. That's it. It's real simple. It's real effective. And I think it's worth at least taking a second look at Dartcraft, even if you're not a normal fan of it. I think it's a real good system because you can use this to put better enchants on your armor. All sorts of great stuff. So, okay. Be right back. Okay. He was on a little while ago. I cannot speak. I'm sorry. He was on a little while ago, but we just missed Scythe. And I have talked to him and got permission. I wanted to show you guys his base. Oh, by the way, I had to switch mapping software because every time I was using Opus, every time I logged in, my whip points disappeared. No clue why. I kind of prefer Opus and MapWriter, but I'll take what I can get, I guess, right now. I just need to be able to find my way around. So I thought, some of my trees over there are growing, and if you'll notice, I actually have a magical biome developing now. So I have potential getting some peck spawning over there. I'm very excited about that because I have access on this server to more Thaumcraft research. Between this episode and next episode, I'll get some basic tables and stuff set up for doing Thaumcraft research, and we can start working on that. I think it'll be really good. So I was going to take you over to Scythe's base and basically show you around. I thought you guys would really get a kick out of seeing his construction style and seeing how he does his buildings. I'm just going to have to let things load in for a minute here because his zone is pretty intense on the frame rate. He's got a lot of stuff going on at any given point in time. He's, of course, been on the server much longer than I have, so he's much more well-established. You'll see some things here that I'm not sure I could even begin to explain. Okay. So the portal behind me shut off. You'll notice he's got a couple of different portals. I think this is a private network, and this is the public network. That's a little something I left for him. I don't know if he's found it yet. He is in an Origin Valley biome. I've actually borrowed some of this grass from him because it is so useful for growing crops on. You don't need a water source. You can put crops anywhere on this. You don't even have to till it. It's real great for that purpose. I don't know if the Biomes of Plenty developers intended it for that, but it's kind of a hidden thing. Bebo found out about it first, and I saw it in Bebo's videos. But I think Sace knew because he settled here real early on before the rest of us, so smart man. I really like he's using these angles from carpenter's blocks. These are slopes. He's got maize stone that he's harvested from the Twilight Forest. These are honey blocks from Biomes of Plenty. I'm not even sure how you get those. That would be worth investigating because I think they're awesome. They look like amber blocks from Thaumcraft, semi-transparent. Path stones. You've seen me use these in a lot of times, guys. Path stones are real simple. They're basically just a piece of smooth stone and a piece of cobblestone in a crafting grid. And I think you get either 2 or 4 of these things. And the only purpose they serve is decoration, and they prevent grass from growing. And I really like them. They're a good way to delineate. So he's got a lot of buildings going on here. He's actually got quite the complex. This is his main storehouse and workhouse. You'll notice he has his set of armor right here. I'm not sure what kind it is, but I don't want to mess with it. He has this massive array of barrels. These are Java barrels, and you'll notice these are two-sided. What he's done is he's facing them one direction, and he puts a label. I think I can even show you guys. Barrel sticker. Yeah, it's real easy to do. Slime ball and 4 pieces of paper. You get 4 stickers, and basically all it does, you put it on one side, and it shows whatever the contents of that barrel is, just like the front. So you can have a barrel that's got label on all 6 sides, even the top and the bottom. So basically, he's used stickers, and he's made double-sided barrels and give it this kind of variegated kind of pattern, and I think it looked real cool. He's got just about all the basics here. He doesn't have weird stuff like some of the woods, but I mean, all the day-to-day staples and supplies, the stuff you're going to need constantly for crafting or whatnot, it's all here. Everything else is stored in diamond chests over here. He's got a lot of input coming in from his ender chests from various places, and he uses a logistics pipes system. Now, we don't have this in Vaygrim's Chance mod pack, but we do have access to it Resonant Rise here on the server, and I'm real interested in getting a logistics pipe system set up, specifically because it is so capable. Oh, I technically should have that on back at my base, but whatever. It is so capable. It really is. So I definitely think that we should probably start looking into this, because logistics pipes can do more than just sorting and routing of items. They can do auto crafting, providing of things. It's real powerful. So I think we're probably going to have to look into it. I'm always curious where people's portal gun portals go to, but I won't jump through blind. So his complex of buildings is very, very impressive. He's got automated mob farms. He's got stretches of, these are cotton plants right here from Natura. And basically these give you cotton that you can then turn into string or wool. He's got some apple trees here. These are from Biomes of Plenty, and very, very useful for an easy source of food. But I gotta say, this building right here is really one of the ones that catches my eye. These are, I believe, yep, these are runes of self-sacrifice from blood magic. Basically, this is where he's got his altar. If you look right now, I think this counts as a tier 4 or a tier 5 altar. So he's way ahead of us. He's got all sorts of stuff here that I don't even fully understand yet. He's automated something. I'm not sure. Let's go downstairs and find out. Oh, here's this redstone inlay that we used in Vaygrim's Chance. You'll notice he's using it for a walkway. Where do you guys think I got the inspiration from? Sice right here. I saw it in some of his videos just after I stepped onto the server, and I was super impressed. He's where I got the inspiration from. He uses ethereal glass for his front door. This is extra utilities. It's not easy to make. So that's pretty impressive. And yeah, this is a tank, I believe, full of life essence. That's blood, ladies and gentlemen, from blood magic. So he's got a pretty automated setup going on here. He's got a lot of stuff I don't even understand. Capacitor bank from Ender.io. I'm not sure why it's a different color. Maybe that's the texture pack. Yeah, very cool. And that's just one of his many buildings. He's got somewhere back here. Here we go. That's where his nether portal is. There's stuff down there I'm not even going to look at because it might be an active project of his. I'm not sure. Let's wander over this way and see what kind of trouble we can find. Oh, here's one thing I found by accident once. He has, I love this hallway. So many people don't do things at angles like this. They don't want to do it on the diagonal. They want to do it at right angles to keep it simple. Oop, triads. But he's not afraid to, and I think that's very cool. Now it's going to get real noisy. Oh God, the noise. This is a villager farm that he's got set up for automatic villager spawning, so he can do trading. Very, very impressive stuff. I love the way he does his architecture, the accents above the doorways. I'm going to get out of here before we both go crazy and deaf. So, yeah, I got to say I'm real impressed by how he does his building styles and his structures and some of the things that he comes up with in general. I think it's really worth paying attention to. Here's a smeltery setup that he's got automated. Hello. There we go. He's got all this automated steel crushers. It's probably actually crushers that he started off with early game, because you can power these by coal. It allows for early game auto or doubling. It's very, very cool, and it's not hand crank like some other things. Applied energistics. Yeah, so I think Sace is a great builder. Sice. It's actually Sice, but I keep saying Sace, and I'm not sure why. Sice is a really great builder. He's an impressive architect, and he really has set himself up a great campus here. There's so much more I could poke around at, but I'm going to save that for another time. I don't want to spoil too much about what's going on in his videos. I figured next episode, next week, we'll do some more building of the base, and maybe we can see if we can get Echo or Bevo to give us a tour of one of their bases, or at least let us go poke around, because they've got some real impressive stuff also. Otherwise, I think this is going to be a really good wrapping up point for this week's episode. I'm going to get settled in a little bit more and do some more research on blood magic, and I'm also going to get some automation going for things like wood for a tree farm, because I really want to set up a storage room for us to start storing our stuff so we can more easily get started in doing things. So I think this is going to be a real good wrapping up point, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for following along. And I'm always happy to have you guys with me. Let me know what you think about this series through your likes and through your comments. Can't wait to see responses some of you guys have on this stuff, because I really think you're going to like what's coming up on this series. Until next time, this is Vaygrim signing off. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.